Hello. It's Wednesday, the 2nd of July, 2025. Welcome along to the channel, The Fifth Guardian. I'm your host, Tony Hunt, where today I'll be player of games. But as always, it's not my story. It's not your story. Today's story is competing in race day Peugeot 9X8 within Real Racing 3, update 13.5. And this is part two, and hopefully the final part. But I guess we'll find out as we proceed. White Pro enters the chat on the YouTube side and says hi. Hi, White Pro. Welcome along. And Lord Night Moon also enters the chat and says hello. Welcome along to both of you. Right, let's get the game on screen and a bit of game audio. So, we ended yesterday's stream having got to stage 5 and had the requirement of 2 more goals to complete and put the game down at that point as I had hit the 250,000 $M cap. So if I'd done any more racing, it would not have earned me any more $M. So I thought, let's wait until tomorrow and continue. That's what we're going to do. So White Pro says this is going to be fun to watch. Oh, hello. Is it? Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, no. Oh, dear. Oh, no. Right. So okay, let's have a look. Every lap cross every lap line with an average speed of at least 135 miles per hour. Okay. Gain exactly one position every time you cross the lap line. Okay. Finish in at least P2 and stay on track, no damage. Okay. I mean, seems reasonable. Probably hard to master. Let's see how we get on. So I would imagine I've got to overtake one car from here then, if it's gain exactly one position every time you cross the lap line. Does that count? Interesting. Let's assume it does. So one position overtaken now, and I need to overtake one car this lap. Oh. Stay on track and no damage. Whoopsie. Whoopsie daisy. Let's try again. In principle, it seems alright, this. Go. And the thing is, now I can't overtake. That'd be interesting. And it's 3 laps as well. Ooh, quite tough. Don't go flat. Don't hit a car. Keep above the average and make sure you overtake one car per lap. It's quite a toughie, this one. A lot of things to remember to do. Oh dear, here we go, here we go. Over 3 laps, that's quite easy to make one mistake. Oh look, as well, I'm behind. Okay. Oh, no, 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 no. No, no, no. Okay. Did it say anything about being overtaken? I didn't think I had been overtaken there. Gain exactly one position every time you cross the lap, finishing at least P2. Stay on track and no damage. Or maybe it was damage. I don't know. So White Pro says, I got my cap hours before the stream started. Very good. Aaron C. John enters the chat and says hello. Hello, Aaron. Good to see you again. Welcome along. And Ayaka Yokota says hello also. How are you and how is the weather? Well, it's not so warm today, so that's good. It was actually raining this morning, so it's more than bearable today. So thank you very much for asking. Very much appreciated. Turing Huffney says, wait, what's with the crown stuff? Yeah, I don't know. I've got no idea. No idea. Turing says, should I chat more? Don't worry about it, Turing. I know who you are. Or spam it. No, no. Just say hello every now and then. It's fine. I remember most people. Not all, but I remember most people. I don't understand why they've put the crown system in place. It's a bit silly. Chance Magician says he overtook you right before you hit the line. That's why you failed. Ah, there we go then. We will try and do better. Let's give it another go. So this is a tough challenge, but I do feel it's achievable. It's just a little bit bitty. Oh no. There we go, it's fine. It's only a worry if when you cross the finish line you've overtaken more than one. That's fine. Oh dear. Oh dear. Be careful not to hit a car. Man, this is I like this challenge. It's tough. But it gets you thinking about what to do and how to do it. And look at this there, I'm only 30 yards ahead of 4, so I need to be getting the foot down, I think. Right, into Magnus's slipstream. There we go. Alright, nice and easier this time. But I do need to overtake Magnus at some point during this lap. Almost. There we go, that'll do. That'll do. Magnus is only 20 yards behind me, so ooh, that's not good. Okay. Well, that's 2 laps down. It says at least P2, just as well. Unless you didn't have to overtake on the first pass, because it wasn't technically a full lap. There we go. Right, we're in the lead. We just need to bring it home cleanly. All right. Brake a little bit early. I don't want to go off track. Maybe I did brake a little bit too early there though. I live to be a little bit early on the brakes than too late. Right, I should be able to generate a bit of a lead now and just bring it home. Man, I do love this track. It's hard, but it's also very rewarding when you get it right. Not that I have yet. Speaking too early. Keep your mouth shut, Tony. Just get the race done. Oh dear. There we go. Bring it home. How about that? So that is goal 4 completed. So Truing's now said loads of comments, so he's he's a higher rated watcher. I love it. This is so silly. Chewing says the more you chat, the more XP crown stuff increases. Yeah, it's silly, isn't it? It's just silly. It's like commenting points or something. Indeed, it is. But you know, if that's what you like doing, you go ahead and do it. It's fine. Massiage Gamer says hello, hello, Massiage Gamer. Welcome along. And Car JDM 701 says, wow, well, hello, welcome along. Thanks for watching. Thanks for saying hello in the chat. Says, do they give it to you for free? No, of course not. Well, I mean, the game is free to play. But if you're on about the car, then the intention is to win it for free, which we're almost there. We've got one goal to do. But we've still got a few chats to catch up on, so let's have a look. Massiage Gamer says 2 stages done on my account. Well done. Keep on going. Massiage Gamer also puts 21 hours I played today. Good grief, that's a bit crazy. That's crazy, that is. Oh dear. But if you've got the time, okay, fill your boots. But maybe that's just a little bit too much. But White Pro says is very silly. Indeed it is. If you're on about the crown system, that's just crazy. But look at that, $34,950 $10 earned. Goal 4 completed. Now the car does need servicing, and it is going to cost me. If we go around, I think it's going to cost me some M dollars. So I think what I'm going to do to make it worthwhile, I'm not going to service the car just. It's going to cost me $29,500 M dollars. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one of me M dollars things on. So 35,000 M dollars earned. Thank you very much. Doesn't go towards the M dollar total, but does allow me to then use M dollars to instantly service the car and therefore not use a VP reward of free servicing. You've sort of got to think about these things. So there we go. Instant servicing, $29,500 M dollars. Thank you very much. Right. So I've not actually looked what goal 5 is. So let's have a look. So goal 5 is win the race while managing your fuel tank. Uh-oh. Please tell me I'm in first. No, I'm all the way back somehow in 8th. Or is it 7th? There we go, 7th. These things are never easy, are they? So I reckon this is the gotcha. Oops. There we go. So into 5th. No idea how this is going to work out. Just play it by ear. Bit of cruising. Into 3rd. Oh man. So I think the key is going to be the fuel thing. Oh. Please don't run out of fuel now, Tony. Do I sort of let go here, just let it cruise, save a bit of fuel? I don't think it said anything about going off track. No. There we go. So again, it's lift and coast. Lift and coast. In first. Only got 1 unit of fuel left though, so this could be a bit of a problem. I'm going to keep firing until I get to 0.5. Oh no, I should do this quite easily. I'm going to lift now. There we go. Oh wow. Look at that. Did it? Look at that. White Pro says, since I got my cap, I'm doing some races outside of motorsports. That is a good idea. That's the way to do it. And Massiage Gamer says, my friends like hypercars too. Yeah, good. I did enjoy racing that car. I did enjoy doing that event. It probably was a little bit on the easier side, to be fair, because I pretty much went through it with only a couple of errors. So if it was easy for me, it's going to be easy for almost everybody out there. That's how I look at it. But did it? I did. And Aaron C. John says, should I get this car? Well, if you can afford to upgrade it, it's going to cost you. I didn't actually look how much dollars. Probably close to 2 million. But the key is the gold. It's 575 gold. So if you can afford it, it's a great car to have in your garage. It's wonderfully balanced. Wonderfully balanced. There we go. And yeah, event completed. Stage 5 completed. We get some rewards. That's always good. 30 gold, 2,000 VP, 80,000 dollars, and apparently I get the push it as well. There we go. The Peugeot 9X8 now in my garage. Not bad at all. Massiage Gamer says done. Yes, but that doesn't mean the stream's over because we're going to do a little bit of racing in the series that this is in. But there we go. We've unlocked it. Here is the problem with motorsports in general and motorsports events. This was only a 5-stage event, and I could not do it in one sitting without hitting the $M cap. So I really do think they need to think of a way of fixing that specifically for events. Even make events separate from earning towards the cap, because otherwise it gets silly. Most people will want to do an event that's only 5 stages in one go, and it would have only taken 2 hours. Obviously, I talk a lot. I get distracted doing other stuff, so it took me in total probably 2.5 hours. But most people would get through this in 2 hours. But there we go. So Aaron C. John says, how many series can I do with it? Well, technically speaking, one. And Chance Magician has put the information on that series. Now, it is in its exclusive series, that is correct. But the problem with the exclusive series is you do have to upgrade it to be fully upgraded. And that will be very expensive. So I would avoid that at this stage. And with it being a Peugeot, maybe in a future release, there'll be a discount on upgrades. But anyway, there we go. Apparently, Ahmed is being half decent. He says, I present our third time reigning champion. The car is yours. We did it. I can't believe we survived. Were you in the car? And obviously, Magnus, bit of a sore loser, but that's fair enough. And then Ahmed said a lot of stuff, which I'm not that bothered about reading that out. But there we go. That is the event completed. Now, here's the problem. This is day 2 of update 13.4.5. I've been playing this game for a long time. So all the flashback events, all the limited series will mean no new cars to win. So there's only 2 new cars in this 8-week update. And on day 2, I've won one of the cars. Oh well, never mind. There we go. Motorsports. We've got the GT4 thing to race in. We'll be racing in that tomorrow. And we've got a new series unlocked in the endurance prototypes. That's being beginning of a new chapter, the Peugeot 9X8 Hypercar. Let's have a look. So Aaron C. John says, oh, so somebody called Ryan L has entered the chat. Welcome along, Ryan. Just puts third. I don't know what that means, but welcome along. Aaron C. John says, so basically 1 excluding the exclusive series. Yes, indeed. But it is the only car in that series. Lord Night Moon agrees with that, indeed. And Melvin Lee says, the 5th Guardian, which car no fully upgrade exclusive series list? I don't quite understanding what you're asking there, but welcome along. Always good to see you. White Pro says, I've unlocked the exclusive series for the Valente. Right, okay, and that is how I hit the cap for today. Now, I don't think the exclusive series for the Valente earns you a great deal, but it is good fun and it does earn you some. And when you consider the Valente doesn't cost you a shed load of money, I think that's a good decision. So well done. Ryan L says it was the text at the end of the event. Third was spelt wrong. Lol. Really, really, that's unusual for the events. I do find the grammar in the chatty bit of these events are pretty poor. They need to, I don't know, hire someone like me so I can just check that all the English is correct. That would solve all of their problems. But yeah, there we go. Right. So, tier 1. Let's start with Speed Snap. Let's have a bit of fun with this car. Now, I'll tell you what, this is a good car just to be thrown around the tracks. So it should be pretty good. So what I'll do this evening, I'm not entirely sure if I'll go all the way up to the full hit the $M cap for today. But I'll get this series in a position so come tomorrow we can go over 25% and earn our first reward in this series. That will be the plan. But hopefully there'll be a few of you asking loads of questions, so I'll be looking to answer that. Melvin Lee says, can you show me? I'm not sure what you want me to show me. Sorry, mate. I'm not fully understanding what you're asking. Thank you very much to Charlton Thomas for subscribing to the channel. Very much appreciated. Chance Magician says the Volante does have at least 3 endless endurances in its exclusive series, so it could be worth doing it for some people. Indeed. I do think, in terms of value for money and rewards given back, the Volante is close to being near to top. And Yunus enters the chat and does what he always does, or what they always do, says, hi, good luck. Well, thank you very much. Right, there we go. Speed snap completed. I will say this, even though this car is expensive, but it's a great fun car to drive. It really is. What am I going to do next? Let's do elimination. Now again, I'm not going to take one of the free servicing opportunities today. I'll just service the car instantly by spending M dollars. I did earn some M dollar rewards in the VP section, so I'll use them to cover the costs of any servicing or instant servicing that needs to be done tonight. Look at that. Light on the brakes, but easily around the corner. I will obviously be pushing this car to the limit, which will mean I'll be sliding and skidding, and no doubt going off track at some point. Did brake a little bit early though, to be fair. Hey, there we go. Limit found. Okay, we're now guaranteed a podium position. Just 3 cars left in the race. In fairness, I reckon I could almost stop now and still win. If that is indeed the case. There we go. Victory. Now, there is a question that says, do I need to service the car? Or is the car good enough because of the PR that even if it has negative durability, can I still win some of the races in the earlier tiers? Let's find out. Oh, Aaron C. John says, Melvin is asking for the car you have, which are not fully upgraded, but have exclusive series. Oh, got you. Right. Well, let's take a quick look. Let's come out of the Motorsports series. Now, in fairness, because I've got most of the cars, the exclusive series is something I have been working on over the sort of last year, specifically focusing on cars that have been available with discounted upgrades. So my exclusive series, obviously in terms of completion, is a lot lower than all the other series, but 57% in terms of all the cars that are available to fully upgrade. I don't think it's too bad, and we're slowly but surely making our way up. So in terms of cars that are available, obviously at the moment we've got the McLaren P1 and the Ford GT Le Mans fully upgraded. Those two cars will be back tomorrow. And you can see that there's a whole range of cars that I actually own, but I haven't fully upgraded. Hopefully in this release, with the discounts that are due to come up, we should have the opportunity of upgrading some of these cars to 100%. Now, let me just see if I can find one specifically, or a couple that should be available to upgrade in this release. Well, there's one, the Aston Martin Valor. That should have a discount later on in this release. Oh, it always sets it back to the beginning. Well, that's not good, is it? So I'll not click on the car. I'll just point it out when we get to... So the Aston Martin Valor is one that I'm hoping to fully upgrade in this release. Have we got any others? I'm sure there is. Let's have a look. There we go. The Zenvo Aurora Tour. I believe that should have a discount on next week. Below it, the Bugatti La Voiture Noire. That's due for a discount later on in this release. Would you believe it, next to it, the Koenigsegg Jesko. That's due for a discount as well. So there's 4 cars there. Potentially I'll be looking to fully upgrade because they have discounts coming up. Not sure if there is any others. I'm sure there's a 5th somewhere in the mix. Let's have a look. Can't see it in there though. I'm sure maybe I've passed it. Now I do have, let's have a look, 2 cars that I don't own at this moment in time that also have exclusive series. So the plan is just to hold out for hopefully either a flashback event or a limited series. There we go. There we go. So quite a bit of effort still to be done on the exclusive series, but yeah, we're getting there slowly. White Pro says some cars don't have exclusive series. Yeah, so what I tend to do with those cars is if there's an offer on discount, I never fully upgrade them. If they're in a series and they need to be upgraded to take the particular series they're in to 100%, all I ever do is upgrade them as far as they need to be upgraded to win that particular series. Again, it just helps maximize where I spend the gold, and not that it matters so much, but where I spend the M dollars and the R dollars. Zaki Rahman says it. Wow, you know your lines. Yeah, I can talk a lot. What can I say? Oh dear. So hopefully that was helpful, Melvin. He says, okay, brilliant. Yunus says, the 5th Guardian, you are really racing very well. Yes, and I'm getting better. I'm still not a Group B racer yet, but I've got close. Maybe one day I'll get there. But I think what I'm showing is you don't have to be a Group A racer to be successful in this game. You can be a Group C if you've upgraded the car fully, or indeed a Group D if you haven't. And as long as you're hitting those sort of areas, you can succeed in this game. Right, moving on, let's go back to Motorsports and let's have a look back in the endurance prototypes and into the beginning of a new chapter for the Peugeot 9X8 Hypercar. So White Pro says, I'm going to save gold for the Devo. It costs 850 gold, but I do have a 15% sale from VP. So, in fact, if it was me, I would just wait. I know a lot of you have your favorite car and you want to go out and buy it, but if it was me, because the Devo does have an event, it's likely that at some point in the future there'll either be a flashback event for that original event, or there'll be a new limited series to win the car. So I would just always be careful on cars that have been won previously in an event to go out and spend gold on them. I would do my absolute best to avoid that. I know sometimes that's not possible. I'm looking at a car myself that has been in the game 6 years and hasn't had a single flashback. And I am umming and ahhing if to apply a discount to purchase it. But in general terms, if you can, I would avoid that. Uh, Marivaldo Nascimento enters the chat. Don't quite understand what you say, but welcome along. Thanks for watching. Thanks for saying hello in the chat. White Pro says, still even I need to save gold. Indeed, sir. All of us do. And our dollars. Well, our dollars I've got covered. Gold, not so much. Right, let's do another race. Let's do the Grand Prix circuit at the Red Bull Ring. Apparently, it's 2 laps. As you see there, the car does need servicing. I'm not going to do it just to see how I do. Can I still win even though the car does need servicing? Let's take a look. Sometimes this works. Sometimes it doesn't. See, look, I'm overtaking cars. Look at that. Already into 5th with a car that needs servicing. So I reckon I can win this. The only thing to just bear in mind is because the car needs servicing, braking and grip isn't quite as good as it used to be. So it's not just acceleration that falls away, it's the grip and the brakes. So it's something to bear in mind if you apply this strategy. It only works as well in the earlier tiers. It's also a lot harder if you're online. But the point is, this is such a new car in the game. This is only day 2. This car has been available to win. You see there, they're all computer opponents and racing again. There's no copies of human opponents. So there we go. I'm in first with a car that needs servicing. Woohoo! One more lap. Ironically, with this car, I can probably brake where I would normally with most cars, just because of how good the braking is in this car. And so with negative durability, you see, look, that was me braking too early there. What a car. I take it back. You can get a good push it. I could have thought it a Peugeot that's an Hypercar. There we go. This is pretty easy victory. There we go, first. So White Pro puts, I'm watching my daily ads right now for gold. Well, yeah. You've sort of got to do that. That is one way in which you can accrue additional gold, additional R dollars, definitely. Problem is it can take a lot of time, so sometimes it's hard to put that time aside. Aaron C. John says, I just hit my N dollar cap right now. I am collecting N dollars now. Okay. White Pro says, I hit mine hours ago. Just got done watching the ads. Well done. Well done indeed. Okay. So let's do a little bit more racing. I'm not going to service the car. Let's see how far we can go. But I believe that is tier 1 completed. Okay, so on to tier 2. Let's start off with the autocross. Now, the only race early on that you probably will struggle to win with a car that's needing servicing or has negative durability will be drag race, because it's all about acceleration and speed. Now, just to make sure I get first, I am going to do a little sneaky cut across the grass here. There you go. I think I did that quite easily, by about 8 seconds by the looks of it. 31.824. There we go. 7 seconds ahead of second. Oh, Shadeout enters the chat. Not seen you for a while. Welcome along. Put sup, mate. Well, yeah, just won the Peugeot 9X8 Hypercar. Good to see you again. It's been a while. Welcome along. Glad you could join us. Right, what we're going to do next. Let's do the Cup. It's only a minimum PR of 89.9. So even though my car is at 101.3 and it has negative durability, it's still probably good enough to beat the majority of cars in this race. It's 2 laps. Let's see how we get on. See, there you go. Acceleration falling back, but it's okay. We'll catch up in the corner. I'll go around the outside. Only 12 at this moment, but I think we will be able to. Oh, you see, there you go. Starting to overtake a few cars. There's an example of negative durability, the impact it has on speed. The cars will catch you, but in the corners, we're doing all right. Up to 6th. Make that 5th, make that 4th. Make that 3rd. Go into 2nd. There you go, into 1st. What a good day. Win the car and it can win events, win races in the early tiers, even though it needs servicing. I have still got another lap to do though, so maybe shouldn't count my chickens just yet. 45 minutes into the stream. I reckon after this race I'll have earned, over $100,000. Be a little bit of bodywork damage. Bring this home. Whoop, a little bit off there. And again. I will say, in terms of this strategy, it only seems to work with the cars that have quite a high PR. If you were to do this, like for example, with a one of the lower PR cars, you probably wouldn't be quite so successful. So just need to bear that in mind. Look at that, I'm 1,000 yards ahead of second. There we go. Did break in time this time, so therefore didn't bang into the wall. There we go, first. Shadyat says, nice to see you remember me. Well, I do my best to remember most people that watch and say hello in the chat. I don't always remember, so apologies to those that I don't always remember, but for the most part, I do my best to remember. Right, there we go. So again, not going to service the car. I'm going to leave it with negative durability. Next up is endurance. Now, endurance would normally be a problem, but as this is day 2, even though the game is online, I suspect I'll only be racing against computer opponents. Watch me get proven wrong now. There we go. You see, look, I've only got to do 3.8 miles. Now, once quite a lot of people have won the car and they've started competing in this series, all of a sudden that miles that you'd have to beat would be probably 10, 12, 15. But I think 3.8, even with a car that needs servicing, should be pretty straightforward, even against this dynamic test track for Porsche. There we go. In the 80 seconds. I'll just keep on pushing. That's 7. That's 6. 5th. So Shadyar says, is your traction off? Yes, my brakes, so basically all my assists are off, all of them, brakes, steering, traction control. There we go, into 4th. Right, there we go, 3rd. Second. First. So that is 2 tiers done in this series. So carry on pushing because it's all earnings from now on in. off track. Just a little shortcut. 5 and a bit miles on the scoreboard, definitely in first place. Slightly off track again. 6 miles on the scoreboard, 20 seconds left, and now I'm driving like a madman. Should be able to get past the finish line, earn a few more seconds. There we go. Let's see if we can pass this car now as well. I'm going to go around the outside. There we go. 7 miles on the scoreboard. Probably won't get to 8. There we go. So Aaron C. John says, I don't usually drive unserviced cars because I will get used to that grip and speed and I won't be able to push to limit the next time I play after servicing. I understand that. And in fairness, I guess sort of what influences my opinion on this predominantly is the fact that I'm streaming. You guys don't want to be waiting around while I service the car, while I play videos to take the servicing down to 0. So this sort of thing just adds a little bit of fun. And also it gives people an idea what's going on. And ultimately, this is driving the car when it's harder to drive, not when it's easier to drive. So I'm not saying it's good practice, but if you can handle a car whose main features are negative, it should be easier to drive the car when it's properly serviced. Right, so there we go. 10%, 140,000 dollars earned so far today. Let's do another tier. Let's see if we can get to the end of tier 3 without servicing the car. Not entirely sure that'll happen, but let's give it a go. Now, I'll tell you what I will need to do on this particular speed record is I'm going to have to start behind the behind the start line. Because I'm going to need all this run up to set the fastest possible lap, possible speed record I can. Should be all right there. There you go, you see. Only set that time after passing the start line, also known as the finish line. So definitely a good decision to start from way behind the start line. But we have got first. Being said, I was a lot better going around that time, so I probably would have almost got first anyway. But there we go. First is the position we've taken. Still with a car that needs servicing. We're doing all right. Oh, good question. So, well, Aaron C. John says, bye, Tony. I need to sleep. Well, good night, Aaron. See you tomorrow. Shadia says, have you watched the F1 movie yet? I haven't, but it's definitely on my to watch list. I do actually think, in terms of all the other films that are coming out at the moment, I think a lot of films will be disappointing. But I think F1, I don't think it's going to set the world alight, but it's just a good old fashioned um, action movie, effectively. So I haven't watched it yet, but I am looking forward to seeing it, and I reckon it'll be good fun. And I believe it's been shot specifically using IMAX cameras, so hopefully get to see it on a big IMAX screen as well. That'll be a good day out. And as I said, I probably think in terms of all the films that are coming out, it will probably do better than all the other ones. So do better than, I reckon, it'll do better than the superhero movies that are coming out. Maybe it won't do quite as good as the Jurassic World movie, but that's not getting very good reviews, so you never know. F1 has had a lot of good reviews and people are liking it. So we'll see. Look at that, I'm in first. Again, with a car that needs servicing. Five cars left in the race. I'm 200 plus yards ahead of second. Oh, losing it a bit there, bit of a skid. There we go, that's the car on the podium, although not literally. 300, 400 yards ahead of second. Go first again. Boom. So Shadyal says, I've watched the F1 movie. It was okay or all right. And also says they watched it on IMAX. Yeah. I think that is the place to watch it. If you have access to an IMAX cinema, which, some of you probably won't. They're not all over the place. Okay. Still not going to service the car. That's the elimination done alongside the speed record. How are we looking in terms of our M dollars? 156,000. So we're okay. We've still got plenty of earnings to be had. Let's do the Cup. I'm not going to service the car again. It's the Grand Prix service, the Grand Prix circuit at Silverstone. A minimum PR required of 91.1. My car is at 101.3, but it does need servicing. Let's see how we get on. Zigzag in between the competitors. Whoa. I'm going up. Right, there we go. Alright, up into fourth. The car is still holding its own, even though it needs servicing. There we go, we're on the podium. We're into second. Right, into first before the end of lap 1. This car is absolutely holding its own. Well, it did break a little bit late there though. Okay, lap 1 completed. One more lap. Oh, there we go. Way too late on the braking there. And again. Oh. That 1,000 yards ahead of second. Might be able to do the next tier as well, but I reckon once I've done the next tier, we'll have pretty much maxed out the end dollars. There we go. Shadia says the people that came to watch the film were quite nice and sophisticated. Well, that's good to hear. Lamine Yamal Edit says my game doesn't start. Oh dear. Oh, sorry to hear that. Not sure what to suggest if that is the case. I guess if you can't start it, you can't get into it to make sure your game's been saved. Yeah, I mean normally you'd go delete it, delete the game and reinstall it, but what you don't want to do is your progress. So yeah, I'm not sure what to suggest for the best there, I'm afraid. But sorry to hear that. White Pro says it needs servicing, yet it's doing good. Wow, yes, indeed. I think it only really occurs with any car that's has a pretty high PR. The lower the PR, the harder it is to win with a car that requires servicing. And the account ending in Coke is back and says, "Hey there, Tony. Hello there, back. Welcome along." And Shade Yar says, "Haha." Yeah. There we go. 21,900 added to the total. 178,000 M dollars earned up to this point. We're pretty close to hitting that M dollar cap. So I think what we'll do is one more tier and then that will probably be it. Although then again, Okay, this might be a bit difficult. Speed snap and autocross. Let's see how we get on with this. We might start hitting a little bit of a problem. Miles per hour. See, look, there we go. Starting to struggle now. Right, let's not mess around. Let's service the car. So, we did all right all the way up to tier 3, but we only got to 4th. And maybe we could push on just a little bit. But there's no point. Let's service the car. Now, again, I should have some M dollars rewarded to me in the VP stuff. So let's go there. Let's collect one of them. And we'll use that. There we go, 40,000. We'll collect that and we'll use that to instantly service the car. We're doing all right though. We're pretty close to getting to 3 million M dollars already. All right, so back into Speed Snap. Let's instant service it. $29,500 M dollars is the cost. Let's go. So, the revolutionary Peugeot 908 HDI FAP, welcome along. Says, bro, I found your channel while searching 9X8 RR3. I thought it would be good to say hello. So, hello there. Well, hello there back. Welcome along. Yes, obviously streaming the car, having now won it. So the first part of the stream was completing stages, well, stage 5, goal 4 and 5. If you want to see the other stages 1 to 4 and stages 5, goals 1 to 3, that was streamed yesterday. So please take a look. Always good to see new people here. Kixo says, hey man, hey back. Kixo, welcome along again. And they also say the revolutionary Peugeot 908 HDI FAP, 210 gold coin for login is already good. Okay, fair enough. Well, let's see if we can get first this time. There we go. A lot easier when your car's serviced and therefore you've got full acceleration available. Nice and easy that time. So we will, I think we will make this the last tier. And then we will be back tomorrow and there'll be quite a bit of racing. So I will go through, once I've done this tier, what's coming up tomorrow. Because there's quite a bit to get through and it will be gold earning. And you never know, maybe there'll be some reviews in terms of flash sales. Well, then again, there might not be, because I expected them to be out by now, but they're not. So maybe I'm completely wrong on that. There we go, nice and easy again. Auto cross done. Just the cup to do, and then we'll call it a day. So the revolutionary Peugeot 908 says, bro, is that your natural tone or speaking or trying to act like AI or kind? it's my natural tone. I do try to speak just a little bit slower so people can understand me. So I don't speak too fast. Hopefully that makes sense. Shadia says, "All right, mate. It's midnight here. Gotta sleep now." Well, good to see you again, Shadia. Always good to see you. Thank you for watching. Get a good night's sleep. Hope to see you tomorrow. And the account ending code says, Tony has been called many names throughout the ages. Kind was never one of them. Well, but funny, cheeky, and hilarious were among them. All right, so that is autocross done. On to Cup. So we've got the Grand Prix circuit at Sebring. I do like the Sebring circuit. I like it a lot. It's very quickly becoming my new favourite track in the game. Finally, look at that Modine first. Oh, there we go. The thing I like about this track is you really do need to remember where the braking zones are. Because you've got some really tight corners like that, you see. This one's not so tight, but it's still a tricky corner. The rest of this, not so bad at all. Let's fly. Oh, a little bit off there. And again. Bit of a slide. Still in first though. So 1:38. I'm sure we can do better than that, as that lap was a standing start. Just a little bit off track there. Just for a change. Oh, and again. And again. Getting a bit crazy towards the end, but there we go. That's coming up to the end of the race. A lot quicker, 1:28, 10 seconds quicker than the previous lap. There we go. 23,300 added to the $M target. If the car needs servicing, I will end it there, and it does. Okay, so there we go. That's the end of racing for today. So in terms of what we did, we had 2 goals left in the race day Peugeot 9X8 event. Got both of those done. Won the car, and then have just done a little bit of racing in the series that it opened up. This series will be back, and the intention is to earn the first set of gold available when we hit 25%, but that will be in tomorrow's stream. In addition, we also have, well, we also have Trackmasters, Legacy of Performance available. So again, hopefully we can get that up to 75%. Not entirely sure that will happen. And if so, there'll be another gold reward. And in addition, because they didn't quite tell us the truth in the release notes, in the GT4 section, although we don't own the Lotus Emira GT4, we do own the BMW M4 GT4 and the Nissan Z GT4. So we'll have a go in the Performance GT racing tomorrow. But it doesn't end there, because there's more racing available in Road Collection. In the exclusive section, we've got the McLaren P1 and the Ford GT Le Mans. Hopefully get both of those series up to 75% tomorrow. And what else we got? So that's the series. Oh yeah, that's right. If we've got a bit of time, we'll do some racing in the weekly time trial. I've already done a bit of racing. I'm in C, which is typical for me. With the Rimac Nevera, I do like this car. So we'll have a bit of racing with that, hopefully tomorrow. And finally, we'll do a little bit of online multiplayer racing as well. Probably won't do a great deal. We'll do either 1 or 2 races. Currently sitting at 4 gold, hoping to get it up to at least 6, because I don't have a fully upgraded car, and I've got no intention of upgrading the Cura ARX-06 anymore, because there's nothing to race it in. All the series it's in are already at 100%. So there we go. What have we got? Kixo says, "Where are you from, my guy?" I am from England. And Shadiar says, "Nice reference." Very good. So the account ending in Coke says, "I've been to Sebring. In real life, the starting straight is more rough than shown in the game." Well, it's funny. Have you seen how the cars bump up and down? So that doesn't surprise me, and it's a shame. Why don't they just lay it? I think honestly, I do think that track is an excellent track, but they need to sort out the bits that are like uh really light grey and you can't see the edge of the track. If they could sort that out, it would be a fantastic track to race on in real life. It's a great track to race on in the game, but you can see the car bumping up and down over it. But yeah, there we go. That's just how it is. Right, okay, so there we go. That's the end of racing for today. Pretty happy. I've achieved there. Won the first of 2 cars that are new in this release. Still got 1,536 gold. So hopefully there'll be lots of opportunities. If not, I don't want to spend it all, but to reduce it back down and earn it back up through maybe some discounts on cars, open up some exclusive series. That'll be later in the coming weeks. In terms of tomorrow, you've seen the series we'll be racing in tomorrow, and it'll be a similar exercise again on Friday. Right, there we go. All right, so that's the end of racing for today. Thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, if you wouldn't mind giving the video a thumbs up or a like. And if you'd like to see more of this type of content, then if you're watching YouTube, please subscribe to the channel The Fifth Guardian. And if you watch on Rumble, then give The Fifth Guardian a follow. All right. With that being said, I hope in terms of what is left of your day, I hope it's a very good one. Hope to see you all tomorrow. Until then, thank you and goodbye.